been thinking for a while that I would like to build my own enclosure and order in materials and things, maybe glass, maybe acrylic or something along those lines to put together my own enclosures for some of these guys back here. But when I look into it, I find that it's probably going to be quite expensive, and then I'll need the tools to be able to maybe cut the materials into size, drill holes for ventilation and things without breaking the materials, and then attaching things like hinges and stuff. I'm not too clued up. As much as I'd love to do it, I think I'd spend a lot of money and end up cocking it up. And what I've always wanted is for maybe someone to be able to already have those materials cut, drilled, whatever, all done for me, so I can then put it together and build it all myself. I found just a thing. So Sam from Bug Realms a little while back did a video, and he got a Mantis Den enclosure for his praying mantis, and it looked lovely. It was perspex, clear perspex or acrylic style enclosure, had all the ventilation and everything already cut into it, had a little mesh screen on top, and I thought that would be ideal, something like that. They now do tarantula enclosures as well. So I've ordered some in. Got two sizes. Got a smaller one and a larger one. I actually have 5 of them all together. Going to be building one today to see how somebody like me, who may not be too great at this stuff, gets on with building it and putting it together. And then because I have the 5 of them, obviously I'm going to be doing some rehouses for the animals and making them all look really nice and decent. So each enclosure comes with a little packet of fittings and screws, and I got an Allen key in one packet. Don't need one in every packet, they'll be using the same one for all of them. So that'll help me put everything together. It doesn't come with instructions inside here. I did start having a meltdown already because of that, thinking I don't even know where to start with this, but thankfully there are instructions on the website, so you can go there and check out the instructions to help you along as a little guide. So let's see what we get. Now this will be a 15 centimeter cubed enclosure. I've got what looks like 5 pieces of 15 centimeter squared acrylic, and then I've got 2 other pieces. This looks like it should make out the door opening. I'm going to try to see if I can figure it out without using the instructions, but I'm going to keep my phone handy just in case. But first I'm going to take off the plastic wrapping that's on the side to stop it getting scratched. Some people really love this part, find it really satisfying to peel it off. I don't enjoy it so much because I can never find the edges, but we're off to a good start. Ooh, I bet you can't even see that hardly, it's that clear. Perfect. Keep these pieces separate for now. To one side there. Come on. Got one plain side there with just the screw holes for the corners. This one had ventilation holes in, so I'm guessing this is a top piece, possibly. They are front opening, so yeah, I'm guessing this is the top. Yeah. Oof, bloody hell. This one's got holes down the side, so it looks like it would be the side of the enclosure. Last piece. Nice. Brilliant. So if you don't have nails at all, I probably would suggest something that you can just pick the corner of the wrapping off. Not anything that's gonna easily scratch it though, but yeah, brilliant. That's all the pieces unwrapped. Now comes the building part. Where to start? Okay, so inside the little packet, like I said, you get a tiny little Allen key, you get these little corner pieces, some screws, and something that looks like a little locking latch of some kind. So, let's do it. Okay, so I'm starting with the base. I'm putting one of the corner blocks on the inside with the curved bit facing inwards. Let's start off with a few twists and then use the Allen key to screw it in tighter. Very simple so far. I haven't screwed it up like too tight because I don't want to crack it or anything like that, but that was easy enough. Let's do the rest. What's wrong with this one? The meltdown has begun. Just get the hell in. So what I found at the moment is 3 went on really well. The one here in the corner that's still a bit spinny at the moment. The hole on the little block is maybe slightly too small. They look like they're 3D printed. The hole might be a little bit small. So this screw is literally, I'm having to put a lot of force into it to drive the screw into it properly. So that's my only gripe so far. But I just seem to have managed. With a bit of pressure, I managed it. It's in place, so okay. I'm not having a meltdown yet, it's alright. Right, so that's the bottom piece done. One is a little wobbly, but that should secure in place when the rest of it's together. So, what I've also noticed is that the 2 blank pieces, one has the holes really close to all the corners, and one has, on one side, has the holes brought in slightly for where you put your corner pieces. This is the back, this is the bottom piece. So the one with the holes that are drawn slightly back and not directly in the corners is the bottom of your enclosure. That will allow for the front door to be put on. So bear that in mind. Figured that out. Kelly's smart. I'm going to do the same as this with the top piece now, because you will notice on the top piece as well that the holes are slightly drawn back, and that's so we could fit our locking mechanism into place. The front of the enclosure will be brought back slightly, so that's how I figured it out. Yes. Oh. Awesome. All the corner pieces are on the top and bottom piece. I have a spare corner block, which is ideal because I did have one corner block that was causing trouble to screw in. It wasn't that much trouble, to be honest. It was just me being a fanny, but there's a spare one anyway for if one doesn't work for you, if you lose one, any errors or mistakes, you've got a spare, which is nice. Got plenty of screws left here to screw in the side panels to the base and the top and still have our locking latch. So let's get some sides on this bad boy. Starting with the base, and actually it's quite nice, the screws as well give the like some little feet, act as little feet on the bottom, raises it slightly off of the surface, so if you're moving it around it won't get scratched. That's nice, thank you. Okay, now I'm putting the back piece on, leaving, like I said, the larger gap at the front. Place the panel on the back and screw into those little corner blocks. Okay, see how well this goes. Awesome! That's the back on. Now for the side panels. I've also noticed that the side panels have, if you can see, there is an extra hole at the side here. And so does the other one, just here. So both of those holes need to go front facing for the door mechanism. Like that. Sweet. It's coming together now. It's not too difficult at all. Make sure we get our other side panel on with our little front door hingey bit in the right place. And it's just a case of screwing them in again. Now we're starting to see an enclosure come together. This is good. Just a quick mention as well again about these hinge holes that I mentioned are towards the front. Make sure you have the smaller gap at the bottom end of the enclosure, so attached to the blank piece, and not the other way around. So you need more space at the top because the front door will be opening this way, downwards like that. So that is acting as a hinge. Might put that bit on now. For that we need the smallest piece of the whole entire enclosure, and it should fit nicely in between. Just slot it into place. Do you see? Do you see? Can you see what I've done there? Probably not because it's all a bit see-through, but you will get the gist once it's all together properly. Let's screw that panel in. This is cool. It's cool. I like it. So it's really, really starting to look like an enclosure now. I am buzzing about it. 2 more parts to put on. The front door, the top, oh, and the latch. So, I think what I'll do, attach the latch to the door, pop that in place and put the lid on. Okay, that's on and it's got a nice bit of movement to it. Easy peasy. It's got little notches at the ends so we can put it into the little grooves at the side. Like that. You see now how it's gonna open and close? That fit quite nicely. I think if you'd screwed the top on first, then you'd have a struggle getting that in. Last piece, and we're done. Sorry. Twirl it, twirl it, twirl it. It feels nice. Well, I think this is the last screw now. Ta-da! And there we go. Little locky latch at the front, and pull it down and you push it in and you clip it up again. I'm bloody pleased with myself. I doubted my own capabilities, but I flipping well did it. I'm actually really pleased with that. It's everything that I wanted. The pieces were cut to size, they came with the air holes, the locking mechanism, the parts to screw it in, everything. It looks and feels really sturdy. Can't see any obvious gaps or anything like that. I really like it. And I think that will look much nicer than some of the current enclosures I've got. Actually quite easy to put together as well, which is cool. A little bit fiddly at times, a couple of screws were a little bit difficult to get in, but it's not anything that no one can cope with and nobody can manage. I really like it. And I have 4 more of these, 2 more in this size and 2 larger size ones. And then obviously I'm gonna have to do some rehousings. So I've chosen the certain sizes of enclosures and how many for what I want right now. So there's certain animals I've already thought about I'm gonna be putting in here. Won't be doing it on this video. I'm gonna set these up on another video, do the full setup in these tanks and move in the little critters that I want to put in there. So I just wanted to do a little build of these awesome Mantis Den enclosures with you guys. So if you were purchasing them yourself, you can see how they're set up. The instructions on the website actually are for the mantis enclosures themselves, but this is pretty much the same thing. So you could still follow those guidelines as well, but I didn't need them. It's not that difficult. Like I said, this wasn't a full review or anything like that. It's just building the enclosure itself. But if I were to review it, top marks, definitely. I'm really happy with it. I can't wait to put the animals in here and show you all what they look like. And so you guys can see my little critters too. So thank you Mantis Den for these awesome little acrylic enclosures. Thank you to you guys for watching. I hope this helps if you're going to set up your own. And I'll see you next time. Bye!